Disclaimer. All contents, ideas, opinions, and information shared or implied herein are for informational and educational purposes only. Hello everybody. Welcome to Sunny the Eggman YouTube channel. In this video, we will be revealing on the background for Evergrande Group, recent crisis and its impacts on China and overall global economy. Before starting, please help to share and subscribe this channel, as your support is our biggest motivation to continue on producing quality contents. First of all, let's go through some of the key facts and background on Evergrande Group. Evergrande Group, or previously known as Hengda Group, is the second largest property developer in China by sales. It is incorporated in the Cayman Islands and headquartered in Guangdong Province, China. In October 2009, the company raised $722 million in an initial public offering on Hong Kong Stock Exchange. To date, the total assets for Evergrande Group have reached RMB 2.3 trillion and annual sales volume exceeded RMB 700 billion. Evergrande Real Estate owns more than 1,300 projects in more than 280 cities in China. Besides real estate, the group also owns 7 other industries, namely Evergrande New Energy Auto, Evergrande Property Services, Heng Ten Networks, FCB, Evergrande Fairyland, Evergrande Health and Evergrande Spring. It is one of the Fortune Global 500 enterprise. Its market capitalization is approximately 31.5 billion Hong Kong dollars. Now we will look into what's happening to this real estate giant recently. The crisis for Evergrande started since years ago, and it can be tracing back to August 2017, where the group targeted to cut its debt from net gearing ratio of 240% in June 2017 to 70% in June 2020. However, the total liabilities are still increasing since then, and in 2020 the total long-term and short-term borrowings is reaching RMB 716 billion. In August 2020, the regulator met with 12 major property developers in Beijing to introduce caps for the 3 different debt ratios, named the 3 red lines. This includes liability to asset ratio below 70%, net gearing ratio below 100%, and cash to short-term debt ratio above 1 times. The new regulation forces real estate sector to deleverage in order to improve their financial health. As a result of new regulation and mounting debts, Evergrande is facing liquidity crisis. Some of the steps taken by them include promoting property sales by giving discounts, raising fund through IPO for Evergrande Property Services, HKE, 6,666, and also putting pressure on their employees to lend them money. The loans from employees are shown as high-interest investment schemes, and those employees who did not borrow might lose their bonuses. The worsened situation in Evergrande's financial has caused their bonds to downgrade by credit rating agencies such as Fitch and Moody. In 2021, the group has released its audited financial statement for the year ended the 31st of December 2020. Based on the financial statement, the group clearly did not meet any of the caps under the 3 red lines. The liability to asset ratio is 85%. Net gearing ratio is 204% and cash to short-term debt ratio is 0.5 times. Evergrande's stock price dropped continuously since February 2021. It was decreased by more than 80% in a year time, from 19 Hong Kong dollars and 65 cents in October 2020 to 2 Hong Kong dollars and 41 cents in September 2021. Things getting worsen when Evergrande stopped paying back their employees, and it causes them to gather outside the company's office to demand their money back. Will the giant fall and impact severely on China's economy? Evergrande Group is definitely facing financial difficulties and liquidity crisis, whereby they need cash flow to repay their interest payment on bonds due on the 29th of September. As reported by Vishnu Varathan, head of economics and strategy at Mizuho Bank, Evergrande is already in technical default, having missed bank interest payment. Also, they owe money to approximately 171 domestic banks and 121 other financial firms, which causes anxiety from many parties as it is too big to fail. If the giant collapse, it may cause systemic risk which could broadly impact the financial system and many sectors as well as investors in China. The next solution to prevent Evergrande Group from collapse is through Beijing government bailout. There are news highlighting that Beijing will only offer helps as a last resort to Evergrande crisis. If they step in, what would be the method in offering their helps, and what message will be delivered to other heavily indebted developers, placed Beijing in a dilemma? Lastly, the world is also concerning on the global implication of Evergrande crisis. Many are curious whether this will be the China's Lehman Brothers story which will cause global financial crisis. There is possible that Evergrande default could have significant drag on property sectors, but it's hard to determine whether it will have huge implications to the global economy. Even though America S&P falling 1.7% on the 20th of September right after Evergrande closed 10% down in Hong Kong, it has regained lost ground in the following days. If the crisis is being handled well and Beijing is willing to step in with debt restructuring plan, it might not have significant impact on the global economy. It could rather be a correction on the market eventually. Hope you can have some valuable insights on Evergrande Group after watching this video. Do comment and share with us your thoughts on the above points. Stay tuned and remember to share, like and subscribe our channel. I'm Sunny the Eggman. Goodbye.